Time, as we know, it began with the Big Bang, approximately 13.8 billion years ago. The ancient Egyptians were among the first to measure time, using sundials around 3,000 years ago. A second is currently defined by the vibrations of cesium atoms in atomic clocks. Over 9 billion oscillations equal 1 second. The theory of relativity shows that time moves slower for objects traveling near the speed of light. A day on Earth is not exactly 24 hours. It's slightly longer, about 24 hours and 4 seconds. Earth's rotation is gradually slowing down, making days longer by about 1.7 milliseconds per century. The idea of standardized time zones was introduced in the 19th century to help coordinate train schedules. The Guinness World Record for the most accurate clock belongs to an optical lattice clock, which won't lose a second in 15 billion years. Time flows differently in strong gravitational fields, a phenomenon called gravitational time dilation. In a black hole, time slows down so much that it virtually stops for an outside observer. Time, in its essence, remains one of the greatest mysteries of the universe. The word minute comes from the Latin pars minuta, meaning small part. The earliest mechanical clocks were built in the 14th century and were powered by weights and gears. The concept of leap seconds adjusts our clocks to account for Earth's irregular rotation. The Mayans had one of the most accurate calendars of ancient civilizations, based on the cycles of the sun and moon. The doomsday clock symbolizes humanity's proximity to global catastrophe. Its time is adjusted based on current events. Time is relative, but it is also deeply connected to space, forming the fabric of space-time. Our perception of time changes with age. As we grow older, time seems to pass faster. Time zones were first proposed by Sir Sandford Fleming in 1878. In quantum mechanics, time is treated as a continuous flow, but some theories suggest it could be granular at the Planck scale. The phrase, "time flies," has its origins in Latin, tempus fugit. The atomic clock at higher altitudes runs slightly faster due to weaker gravitational effects. The Julian calendar, introduced by Julius Caesar, added a leap year every 4 years to correct timekeeping errors. Earth's orbit around the Sun takes approximately 365.25 days, leading to the need for leap years. The Chinese zodiac operates on a 60-year time cycle based on Jupiter's orbit. The ancient Greeks had 2 words for time: chronos, sequential time, and kairos, opportune moments. In space, astronauts experience time differently due to the lack of gravitational pull, an effect called time dilation. The international dateline creates a time difference of 1 day when crossed. Deep sea creatures have little concept of time due to the absence of sunlight. The light year measures distance, not time. It's how far light travels in 1 year. One GIFI is an actual unit of time used in physics to describe 1/100th of a second. The oldest known sundial was found in Egypt and dates back to around 1500 BCE. Our internal body clock, the circadian rhythm, is synchronized to the 24-hour day-night cycle. A moment in medieval times referred to 1/40th of an hour, or 90 seconds. The Gregorian calendar we use today was introduced in 1582 to correct errors in the Julian calendar. GMT stands for Greenwich Mean Time, the baseline for measuring time zones. Einstein's theory of general relativity predicts that time runs faster in weaker gravitational fields. Biological aging is influenced by telomeres, which shorten as we age, marking the passage of time in our cells. The fastest spinning pulsar, PSR J7048, 240 said, completes a rotation in just over 1 millisecond. Light takes about 8 minutes to travel from the sun to Earth, meaning we see the sun as it was 8 minutes ago. The clock face as we know it, with 12 hours, originated from ancient Sumerians' base 60 numerical system. Timekeeping devices powered by quartz crystals work by counting the vibrations of the crystal. The theory of time travel is based on Einstein's equations, but it remains speculative in practice. In many languages, the word for time and weather is the same, reflecting their shared unpredictability. The Big Ben clock in London is so precise that its pendulum swing is adjusted using old coins. Light cannot escape a black hole because space-time is so curved that time effectively halts inside it. The International System of Units defines a second based on atomic transitions in cesium atoms. Time can bend and stretch in extreme gravitational fields, as observed in neutron stars. A light photon experiences no time. From its perspective, its journey is instantaneous. Cultures like the Hopi perceive time cyclically rather than linearly, emphasizing its recurring nature. The future, according to quantum physics, exists as probabilities rather than certainties. The speed of time perception varies. Adrenaline can make moments feel longer during intense experiences. The idea of eternal return suggests that time is cyclical, repeating itself infinitely. Atomic clocks are so accurate that they are used in GPS systems to calculate precise locations. An observer near the event horizon of a black hole would see time pass normally, while a distant observer would see them frozen in time. The Earth's precession, a slow wobble in its rotation, causes the timing of equinoxes to shift over thousands of years. The longest measurable unit of time is the cosmological decade, representing 10 times the age of the universe. The length of a day on Venus is longer than its year, taking 240, 3 Earth days to rotate fully. The biological clock of the Arctic ground squirrel can adapt to the absence of sunlight for months during winter. Ancient Roman water clocks, known as clepsydrae, measured time based on the flow of water. The human brain uses a complex network to estimate time, with the cerebellum playing a major role. The butterfly effect demonstrates how small changes in time can lead to vastly different outcomes in chaotic systems. In quantum mechanics, time reversal symmetry suggests that certain processes can theoretically run backward. The first wristwatch was invented in 1860, 8 for a Hungarian countess. Time perception can be altered under hypnosis, making seconds feel like minutes or vice versa. Some theoretical physicists propose that time might be an emergent property, not a fundamental one. Sundials became less effective in medieval Europe due to cloudier weather, leading to the development of mechanical clocks. The arrow of time refers to the unidirectional flow of time linked to the increase of entropy in the universe. Time crystals are a newly discovered phase of matter that exhibits motion in time without consuming energy. The Planck time, about 10 to the minus 40, 4 seconds, is the smallest meaningful unit of time. A lustrum in ancient Rome referred to a period of 5 years. According to Relativity, clocks on fast moving spacecraft would run slower than those on Earth. The phenomenon of jet lag occurs when your circadian rhythm misaligns with local time after rapid travel. In Japanese culture, the phrase "mono no aware" captures the bittersweet appreciation of time's passing. In music, tempo is the measure of time that dictates the speed of a piece. The pulsars, or rapidly spinning neutron stars, serve as extremely precise cosmic clocks. Time travel into the future is theoretically possible via time dilation by traveling close to the speed of light. The oldest calendar, found in Scotland, dates back to 8000 BCE and aligns with lunar phases. Our perception of time is subjective. The brain interprets shorter intervals based on prior experiences. In relativity, proper time refers to the time measured by a clock in its own rest frame. Philosophers like Augustine argued that time only exists in the mind as a present moment. The French Republican calendar, used briefly during the French Revolution, divided the day into 10 hours. The longest-lived tree, a bristlecone pine, has witnessed over 5,000 years of time. Lunar calendars, like those used in Islamic culture, are based on the moon's cycles and differ from solar calendars. In Norse mythology, Yggdrasil, the world tree, connects past, present, and future. The International Atomic Time, SETAI, is a high, precision standard for measuring time worldwide. The development of pocket watches in the 16th century made portable timekeeping possible for the first time. Chronophobia is the fear of time and its relentless passage. In Einstein's universe, there is no universal no, because time is relative to each observer. The term time machine was popularized by H.G. Wells' novel, The Time Machine. Stalagmites in caves can serve as natural time records, preserving environmental changes over millennia. The concept of daylight saving time was first proposed by Benjamin Franklin to save candles. Animals like bees and birds can sense time intervals, helping them navigate and forage. In Hindu cosmology, time is divided into cycles called yugas, each spanning millions of years. The oldest surviving clock with a mechanical escapement mechanism was built in Salisbury Cathedral in 1386. The Long Now is a project to build a clock designed to run for 10,000 years. Time dilation has been experimentally observed in particles called muons, traveling close to the speed of light. The Julian day system counts time continuously in days, starting from January 1st, 4713 BCE. Atomic clock networks keep global time synchronized to within billionths of a second. The perception of time slowing down during accidents is caused by heightened brain activity, encoding memories.